believe this is the guy. When you hear him articulate what he's gonna do, or what he can do, or what he did, or where he came from, or how soccer was, and the loopholes, and when he goes ahead and talks about the problems that he sees, and he believes the systemic problems that are there that he can fix. Wow, what a beautiful idea he has. Sports Mtaani, tunawasuka maneno michezo from the eye of the people. Henry back at it again with another video. Yes, we are talking about soccer one more time. Remember last time we touched on the Kenya Football Federation and the election that's to be happening in Kenya within this last quarter of the year 2024. Yes, finally there's an election that is looming to choose the new federation or officials that are supposed to anchor in a new light in Kenyan soccer. It's unfortunate that Kenya was unable to host another international match at home due to lack of infrastructure. They say the stadiums that are there in Kenya doesn't meet the standards of FIFA. So Kenya had no choice but to play this one away. And fortunately this time it was closer to home. The match was taken to Uganda. But just as usual, there were no fans to celebrate. And at the same time, there was nothing to be joyous about. The team played to a disappointing 0-0 draw with Zimbabwe. Wow, that is what it is. Let's get into it. Why are we talking about soccer here again? It's because of the Federation of Kenya. Elections are due by the end of this year. And in my last show, I told you all that if at all somebody from the past who's played soccer in the 80s comes along to vie for the election chairmanship, man, that is somebody that we need to support. And finally, somebody has come along, and this person is somebody who is renowned, somebody who understands what soccer is. He's been there, done it, played, and done it all. And the most important thing, he's somebody who has a background and experience, well educated, and I'm telling you, this is somebody who needs to be given a chance to usher in a new dawn or era for soccer in Kenya. And who is this? None other than Sammy Owino KEMPES. I know some of you have never heard of him. Even me, nilimsikiza juzi, but when you go to the annals of history, his name is out there. KEMPES played for Gor Mahia, the national team, Harambee Stars, before he got a scholarship to come to the US, where he studied engineering, electrical engineering. He's been in the US and he has a soccer academy here. He's developed talent that has played in big leagues. I'm telling you, this person, from his words, they say he's coming back to Kenya to pay back for all the good things that soccer has done in his life. Because if it were not for soccer, he could have never got a scholarship to come and pursue his education in the United States. If it were not for Gor Mahia and the Harambee Stars, if it was not for the academy that he was chosen from in Ziwani, that made him who he is, he couldn't have reached where he is now. And that's why he's coming back to pay back, so that he can help rejuvenate Kenyan soccer. So why do we think that this person is qualified or the best candidate of the people who've been there? For me, yangu ni personal, and this is why I say it's personal. We've seen Kenyan soccer for the last 20 years. Nothing has changed. We've had new people come in. Mse wa Soprano alikuja hapo hivyo na makelele zake, nothing has changed. Like they say, they always highlight one or two good things they've done, but when you look deep in, the federation is rotten, corruption is rampant, and nothing seemed to work. We saw it, and the worst part of it that highlights the problems or the rot in the federation is the current situation where the national team, Harambee Stars, is playing half international home games that are supposed to give the team an advantage, and the fans, who are big stakeholder, a chance to see or showcase or experience the performance of their national soccer team and the game they love. They don't have that opportunity. We saw on Friday the team played away once again in Kampala, Uganda, to an empty field. Wow, so disappointing, and the game itself was even worse. The team played the worst ever soccer Kenya has ever seen in the last 15 years. Those are not my words, but those are words from everybody who saw this game. The federation was not even able to televise this match for the fans. The federation has outstayed its visit, and they need to pack and leave. We need a new broom, fresh broom. And this guy, Sammy Owino, I believe this is the guy. When you hear him articulate what he's gonna do, or what he can do, or what he did, or where he came from, or how soccer was, and the loopholes, and when he goes ahead and talks about the problems that he sees, and he believes the systemic problems that are there that he can fix. Wow, what a beautiful idea he has. I heard him talk about a proposal that he wrote to the federation to try and manage the under 17 and under 21 teams. This guy knows what he's talking about. If you've never heard of him, hear it from me. We need Kenyan soccer to go back to the days where we were a darling in Africa, where we teams like Cameroon and Nigeria, when they came to Nairobi or Egypt, they knew it can go down. So this is somebody I believe for sure has a good idea of what is happening in Kenyan soccer. Bolia Kenya imeharibika because at the end of the day, the people who are there that are favored, who don't know what they're doing. They've never played soccer anywhere. If at all they've done, probably was in the junior leagues. They don't know about the players' welfare. They don't know about what coaches are going through. They don't know. They don't understand how rough it is out there for officials and referees. So these are the people on the conduit of bad sports management or soccer management in Kenya, and they need to be phased out. Yes, nimeona pale Ghost Mulei, hapo hivyo Sammy Sholei, those are people, when I see behind Sammy Owino, I know Kenyan soccer is looming for this change. So once again, let me say that we support this guy, Sammy Owino KEMPES. This is the person everybody needs to support. And one thing we understand is that the federation, because they're the current holders of the office, they have an advantage, because the people who are voting in the election, these are clubs, both in the NSL and the KPL. We know the chairman for different regions who are voting in this election, and we know the Women League and the people in the grassroots. Those are people who probably can be influenced by the current federation, but we say no. Sisi tunataka KEMPES. KEMPES ndio mtu wetu. That guy, I believe when you hear him articulate what he wants to do for Kenyan soccer, he's the right person that should be given support. And anybody who loves soccer, tuachane nao watu wamekuwa. Hussein Mohamed, watu wamekuwa hapo hivyo kwenye bola, elewi changes zinafaa kuwa hapo hivyo ni nini. This is Henry, and I'm out. Peace.